Hello, beautiful people, coming to you live today. Now, I want to talk to you today about a very controversial topic. And this is one that is quite, it's to do with like health symptoms as like aches and pains compared to ailments like a disease or a condition. What I'm talking about here is something that is very connected in many cases to our emotions. And I want to break it down to help you understand and see how people like myself or other people in a bit of a different world can help with these types of things, no matter what issue you have. And you may be asking, like, how the heck can you help me with that? You know, like, how can someone with arthritis have similar conditions or a similar outcome or a similar way of getting help as someone with just a constant shoulder pain? You know, like, but they can, because this comes down to the metaphysical side of our anatomy. So metaphysical being our emotional and energetic body, and how that's connected to our physical body. And so this is really a topic that people go, hang on, what? Like, what are you talking about? But this is my job. This is what I do. This is what I love. But I want to really talk to you here about your nervous system, because a big part of the reason that you may be someone who has health concerns is and could be because you have a nervous system that is locked, a nervous system that is looping on certain things that are happening. So your capacity within your nervous system can't get any better, any stronger, because it's got so much that has been like stacked on top of each other over many years. And that could be due to a trauma that has happened in your life that has started stacking your emotions. It could be due to like an event or an experience that you've had maybe when you're a child, maybe in adulthood, maybe when you're a teenager or something, you had this event or this trauma that happened to you. And because of not being able to deal with it properly or not having the tools to deal with it properly, your body has created a score on that. Your body, like your nervous system, takes score. It's the one that takes score of everything that happens to us, sort of in a health way, if you want to look at it like that. But also there is quite a bit of it that is connected to our emotional side of the body, our spiritual side of the body, our energetic side of the body, like our frequency of the body as well, which is why my work works in this way and weaves all of this through into what I do to help people to heal these ailments and conditions that they may have. Now, for an example, just a really quick one off the bat, I had someone who came to me, and she came to me with, she had an issue with her eye, like her eyes weren't, she was blurry in one eye. She went to an optometrist. They told her what it was. They let her know that it could, you know, she needs drops, she needs steroids, all the different things. And she's like, I don't want to go into this medical world to treat myself with these issues, right? So she came to me because she's like, I know you're not going to give me medical reasons. You know, you're going to help me in a different way. So we traced that back to an event that happened to her not very long before the eye went weird. So she had this fuzzy eye. It was growing like little popcorn, like if you open your bottom eyelid, this little like popcorn growths were happening, like little pussy ulcer type things were happening. And we actually traced that back to like the weekend before she had this issue with the mother-in-law and things like this happened, right? Since talking to her about this and being able to help her work through the emotion of what actually happened through that event, the eye became better. Not only did it become better because of that, it became better because she also laid on my vibro bed, which is a healing frequency bed that you lay on, you have headphones on and you listen to frequency music, and that is helping the body to recalibrate itself. It's helping your body to raise its frequency so that it can fight or heal itself within its own abilities. And we don't get taught this stuff through the normal system that we have always been taught. The best way that I can explain this to you is that our body knows how to heal itself when it's given the tools to do so, and when we know that we can retrace the emotions that have created a lock in our system. And this is where the nervous system comes into play, because we have a capacity within our nervous system that it can get to. It's like this, you know, this ceiling that it can get to, and it can't go past that, or it gets very wobbly when it tries to get past this capacity. If you have a lot of emotions in your system that you haven't dealt with, if you have trauma in your system that you haven't dealt with, if you've just got stuff from your childhood that you've even forgotten about, but your unconscious mind, your subconscious body still remembers that. It still keeps score of that, even though your conscious brain and your mental mind aren't remembering it, don't think about it, etc., etc. The body still takes the score. And this could be why you have that shoulder pain. This could be why you have a thyroid or autoimmune condition that has popped up. And you've been dealing with this condition for 6 years, 10 years, 15 years, whatever it may be. It could be because of these emotions and traumas and incidents that happened in your life many, many times ago, many years ago, whatever. So this is what my work is all about. And this is the exciting part of my work, is I can help people unravel and unlock these loops and this capacity that it's sitting at, and help you to have an expanded capacity, help your body find safety within its nervous system again, because unless your body feels safe, it can't unlock these things. It won't unlock the emotions. It won't release the pain or the trauma that's happening. The shoulder pain that you have or the autoimmune condition that you have is still going to stay there no matter what, if it doesn't feel safe to let go of whatever is locked in the system. Now, I'm not saying that this happens for every condition and health concern out there 100% of the time, but what I am saying is it is highly effective for many, many, many health concerns. So why not try this before going on things like medication? Or why would you not try this before having to go down the medical world and you're in this spiral of like, they don't know how to help you, but they're going to put you on this and see what works. And, you know, and this is what seems to happen. And I'm not trying to downgrade or discredit our medical system. They just haven't been taught this other way. And this other way, I find, is what's keeping people in a sick, stressed and stuck state. And they are so tapped out, their body is so done, so at capacity, that their body can't heal itself anymore. And our body has an innate wisdom that it can heal itself. It always has. And if we give it the right tools and the room to do so, and the safety within its own self to do so, yes, it can heal from an autoimmune condition. Yes, it can heal from a bad shoulder that's had bursitis for 20 years. Yes, it can heal from that arthritis that is crippling you. Yes, it can heal from the hormones that are completely out of whack and they're all over the place and you just can't seem to get a grasp on them. Yes, it can heal from many, many things that may have been looping in your body and giving you pain, inflammation, trauma, like frustration, all the things for many years. You can start to heal and have a process of the body unlocking and healing that for itself. What it comes down to first is making that decision that you're going to try something different other than what we've been taught in the medical world. And this can be hard because it's hard for the conscious mind to believe this or to grasp and comprehend that this can be a thing that can really help you to unlock these health concerns that are running the show. And I have a 12-week program that helps you go through the whole paces of this to help start your body this healing process again. And we do this through 3 different phases within the 12-week program. So phase 1 is all about the nervous system and emotional regulation or emotional dysregulation, and how we start to help the nervous system find the safety, unlock these loops that are happening. Come back to knowing that you have its back and that it is able and available to heal itself. And that's not easy to do unless you have someone that starts that process with you, that can help support you through that. And there's many things that can help with that. Like I said before, my frequency work helps with that. Whether you come to my house or whether you do the frequency work that I give you on your phone that you use at home with headphones, that can really help to train the body to start knowing that it can heal itself again, that it has this capacity to, and that it has the ability to. And when you change the resonance of the body, or this vibrational, energetic frequency of the body that it's working with, it knows how to start to heal itself again. So this is what I've done for myself. So I had Epstein Barr Virus not that long ago, and oh God, the fatigue that comes with that, if you've had Epstein Barr, you know what I'm talking about. But the fatigue that comes with that type of virus, it's like chronic fatigue almost. Like you go into these dips and you feel really good, and then you go into these dips again. And the frequency work and the nervous system work have been what have helped me heal that, thankfully, heal the symptoms of that, right? So this is what we're talking about, is healing those symptoms. So I also do metaphysical anatomy. So obviously the metaphysical side, like I said before, is like your energetic, emotional side of the body that talks to your physical body. So that's the anatomy side of the body. And they work in conjunction together. So this is why, like, you know, your heart, you know, if you have heart problems, it could be related to emotional trauma, pain and grief. You know, like an emotion that could be pain and grief could be why the heart has gone out of sync. It's why the heart has become destabilized, and this is why you now have heart issues. You know, that could be the case. And so we work with that. You know, this is what we work with through my metaphysical anatomy approach that I use. I do like bilateral eye movement, which is very different to MDR or whatever that other eye movement stuff is that they do. Very, very different, but similar process in helping the left and right hemispheres of the brain to talk to each other, to unlock and release these emotions that are in the body that are probably what's looping and causing and keeping things stuck and stressed and sick, you know. That's one of the main parts that I do within this 12-week program, is I work with the metaphysical anatomy side of things, which is the emotional, energetic side of the body. We do the bilateral eye movement type stuff. We do frequency work, and as you're doing frequency work, you're actually strengthening the baseline frequency that your body operates at. So we all have our own baseline that we operate at. It's like our set point. And you can actually strengthen that, like build a resilience to strengthen that through frequency work. If you're playing these frequencies every single day, you're actually building this, the strengthening of the resonance of the body, so that lower vibrational viruses, conditions, disease, health concerns, symptoms, whatever, they no longer are running the show. Your body finally is running the show for itself. Your energetic side, your emotional side, your mental capacity, things are running the show as opposed to the virus or the symptoms or whatever, because you have now raised your vibration above where those things sit. Because usually, like grief and pain and fear and anxiety and viruses like the Epstein Barr virus, like glandular fever, like all of these types of things, they sit in a lower vibration. So when your body's dipped into that state, that's why these things can take hold. And then when you raise your body above that and you keep strengthening that, your body, they can no longer run the show, because your body's now at an above baseline than what they are at. And so you can dissipate or eliminate these things from the body, eliminate the symptoms that are running these things in the body. It doesn't mean that they're gone forever. So like, just I should say that, like with Epstein Barr virus, it lives in your body forever, but you can eliminate the symptoms that it gives you by keeping your resonance at a higher frequency, by having a stronger energetic set point or baseline that is always operating and vibrating at a stronger rate, that it's not dipping down where the Epstein Barr virus can take over. Or if it's things like arthritis and stuff like that, the body is quite inflamed. It's sick. There could be so many things that are creating this. And a lot of the time with those people, I work with nutrition. So that's the third phase and the third part of what my 12-week program is about, is working with the nutrition side. Because if you have an inflammatory diet, this is why you have inflammation that's running the show, which is causing autoimmune conditions. It's causing irritable bowel conditions. It's causing arthritis, etc., etc. So I have the three of these things working together, and depending on what your condition or concern is how I then tailor this 12 weeks to you. So the sort of like the pillars are there. So nervous system, frequency, nutrition, they're there as the pillars, but then depending on what's going on in your body will depend on how we use those three pillars for you as an individual. So the 12-week program, you can do it with other people, and we start at a certain time. But then the exciting part is it's a very individualized process along the way. So I work with you one-on-one very individually. And so this is why it's so powerful, because you can actually release the symptoms. You can be pain-free, symptom-free. You can all of a sudden go, shit, this fatigue is just, where it's gone. Like, where is it? It's not there anymore. Like, this was me with the Epstein Barr Virus. It was just like, oh my God, thank goodness this is starting to ease and just wear off type thing. Or if you've got the things like arthritis and stuff, or an example is I've been working with someone with lupus, and she's like, the symptoms just aren't there. Like, it doesn't mean she doesn't have lupus anymore, and she's still on the medication at this point. But as I'm working through this with her, the symptoms have gone. You know, she's now not operating from pain and inflammation and symptoms that are causing her issues. And so who knows? She may be able to get off her medication down the track if we keep working on this process. I'm not saying that she has or will, but I have had other people that have gone off of anxiety medication, depression medication. I help someone with bulimia. They no longer have bulimia. She suffered from this bulimia for 21 years or 22 years. Anyway, like, it's a long time. 15 years, you know, since she was 15. For 22 years, she's suffered with that. And she now no longer purges. She no longer has this thing running the show, because her body now goes, oh, I feel safe to be anything but that. And so massive, massive changes can happen within these people if you just give them the tools, the support, and the guidance to help their body understand that it can heal itself again, put itself back into balance, find its own homeostasis again, that balanced state again, and know how to use and work with its abilities to get back to its normal way of functioning. And so the nutrition side of this is very important for that. We work with pantry swaps and where to shop. I work with why we should be eating locally and seasonally food. I talk about, you know, what foods could be causing you the issues that you have, because for everyone that's different. And so if you're someone who's looking for something like this, or you're someone who's interested in, they're sick of, you know, you might be someone who's so sick of your pain or your condition that you have, your health concern that you're dealing with, the medical professionals just aren't giving you any answers, or they can't seem to find what it is, and you've tried many different things and you feel like you've got nowhere else to go. This could be exactly what you're looking for. It is very, I guess you would say, left field to what we know. It's very different to the mainstream way of looking at health. And if you've tried the mainstream way, there is other ways. We just don't usually know about them until something like this gets popped up, and we see benefit of it, or we can understand and believe that it is something that could potentially help us. Or we just give it a go and we're just like, I'll just see if this happens because nothing else is working. And so that's what I've had people do. They're like, I don't know what else, I don't know what this is. I don't really know how this is going to help me, but it sounds really good. My body's feeling really good about it. I'm just going to give it a crack. And they do. And then they see all these things change and they're like, I don't know what you did, but you helped me. So then that's the benefit, and that's the beautiful part that makes me feel so happy for these people. Because obviously I'm here for you to get you better, that's the whole point. If you have any questions around this, if there's anything else you want me to dive into to explain all of this, I can. If you go on to www.janelleemma.com/nurture-you, or just let me know and I can send you the details. But you can go onto my website and check this out for yourself. And then I have other landing pages that explain what metaphysical anatomy is and how it helps, what frequency work is and how that helps, and what I do with functional nutrition and how that helps you as well. So let me know if any of this resonates with you, or if there's any sort of way that I can really help you to understand how this could benefit you. Because some people hear this information and they're like, yeah, but I still don't know how that's going to benefit me. Message me privately and we can have a chat about that. I really find that for some people, it doesn't just help them release their symptoms and their, things that they have going on. They actually become more solid in who they are, and they start to get more clarity in life. They start to get more, you just start to have this more of this solidness, or this confidence, or this leveled up feeling that makes you feel like, I've got myself. And I now seem to be able to make decisions really easily. I seem to have a lot of capacity for a lot of things going on in my life. I seem to be able to deal with those things over there that I've always put to the side, or I'm not procrastinating as much, or so it's not just the health issues that this helps with, it's your everyday life that it can help with, because your capacity becomes bigger, expanded. You become more at ease with the things in life, and less triggered. You don't have these triggers. Like, I used to be someone who was like a banshee, right? With my poor kids, I'd snap at them all the time. I'd have, hormones are all over the place. I'd have a really short fuse, and now such a different person because of this work. And this is why I'm so passionate about it, because it really has helped me in so many ways, and helped many people now in so many ways as well. So I really feel like if you're wanting some like more vibrancy, more energy, more clarity, that more solid feeling in who you are, like that rock solid person of and people in stepping into 2026 are really wanting that as well. So this is another way that can help you with that, is it can really help you just be like, I now know who I am and where I'm going. That's like a big part of what frequency work and working with the nervous system can really help. And, getting rid of that emotional dysregulation that's happening, it can really help with that. And then when you pair that up with the nutrition side of things, the vibrancy and the vitality that you have in life is just, you can't explain it, but you just have so much like zest for life. Like, you're just like, how freaking good is life these days, and you're pain free, you're symptom free, you've got all these beautiful things going on, like more abundance in life, things just keep coming to you beautifully. You feel like life is just on your side. And so I love that for the people that come through this program that do that. There's spots for 6 people, so if you want to jump into this, let me know and I can give you some more information. We can have a chat privately, or you can just drop me a message here on the live and we can have a chat about that as well. Thanks for listening, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Hello.